Hey and welcome back to Talos Principle. We are still here in the beginning and also, you're checking out how the ruined castles are going to look like. In the beginning of this project, not just in the DLC. I know I'm trying to always bring that one in, but why am I going here? That's so silly. Why did I go into this area? I knew it wasn't like the right one. That's just on me. Scatterbrained me. This is clearly not the right area. I knew that. Why did I go into this one again? It's just like my reflex. It's also not the right area. It's this one. I don't know what I'm doing. Look at that. That looks a lot more like the ruined castles that I had, in the back of my mind. So I guess we can explore here first. Just similar to like the other areas. I don't actually expect there to be anything too important in these biodomes. At least it was the same case in the other games. So again, just gonna expect there to be basically nothing here, besides the teleporter. So let's just step in, right? Like sometimes the visuals are just kind of nice to look at. And let's see. Besides the flashbang, maybe we can see something afterwards. Look at that. A bit of a village, maybe? No, just 3 castles? I mean, that's a choice, I guess. With like, oh, there's even more over there. This area seems kind of massive, like comparatively. Like, I don't think that the puzzles are like that massive, like overall, but like, look at that. They're like bug reports that I want to check out in a second. Just kind of quite a wide reach. That's basically what I'm getting at. Also over here, there's like a whole island just for one puzzle. I mean, visually, really neat. That's like all I can say to that. Okay, let's see. Maybe we can also learn where the bonus star is. I know there should be one here. Yeah, it's somewhere here. Okay, good to know. Yeah, let's go for bug reports first then. Ooh, that's one ominous castle. I'm kind of curious if they actually use the entire castle this time around. I'm gonna do that one last. Also, look at that face. Oh. No. A door we can't use? Oh. Comment this level. It's not even a bug report. What are we training here? Robots or wizards? Shut up, Philip. Come on, it's just a little joke. He's right. Shut up, Philip. Fair enough. We do have like a few names here. Let me, reopen my notes. Arkady, we do know. Philip is, I think, new. No, Altman? I do recall an Altman as a name. I don't recall if I've... Oh yeah, no, we have that one here. Philip Altman was a tester already. Like, I'm gonna call him like a tester, but like we've definitely read like a note of theirs. That makes a lot of sense. Look at that. Look at the beach. We can go to the beach today. Also a bug report down there. Ooh, that might actually be a massive level then. Okay, good to know, good to know. I'm not sure which level to check out first. I kinda want to see that tower, but let's do that like later. As I mentioned before, I do like I guess separating it a little bit, or like mixing it up. That's probably a better way to put it, not separating it. Huh. Oh, another bug report. Also a weirdly red light. I don't know if it's just like reflecting in a weird way. It felt like weirdly red. Yeah, it's like reflecting. Like when it's spinning, I'm assuming. Wait a second. Can you see it? Can it turn slightly more red again? I'm not sure, because this definitely feels like extremely red, right? And now it stopped. I don't know, like the reflections are weird, I guess. Anyway. Comment. Spaces for contemplation. We should encourage the integration manager to create more spots like this one, where someone could just linger for a while and look out at the sea. Our descendants will have a lot to think about. Okay, also about Nadja. Okay. I do agree. I do like a lot of the scenery that we get to see. I guess contemplation is a big thing in this game, and I mentioned this before, how I really like how, especially like base game in Gehenna, this game doesn't have it as much, obviously, because we don't have like notes, but I did like how the notes, or like the long texts and the puzzles were kind of mixed up, because that always gave like kind of a break from each other, right? Like I do think that, for example, these texts were really interesting. And again, base game in Gehenna, we don't really have like texts here. But I do think, had I only read like a book, basically, right? Like instead of playing anything, I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much. And doing only the puzzles is entertaining, but it's certainly not, the philosophical story behind it, I guess. And even getting these kinds of contemplation spots. It's always nice to just stand here while talking, right? Like to see something different, you know, outside of the text, I guess. Even though, you know, seeing the text was always kind of nice. Still though, I guess we are going to go for the puzzle then. Look at that. Another L piece. Blocked. Ooh, that doesn't sound great. I don't like getting blocked. We do have something here. We can definitely activate some connectors. I could activate you. I should probably get something. Oh, wait. I can't. That's an issue. Okay, what about you? Can I activate you? I'm assuming you're a fan. Where are you going? Over here? That brings me... Okay, that's just kind of rude. But I can technically just disable you. And then I should be able to at least get the block here. Not sure if I need that for something specific. I'm assuming I do. But we will see, we will see. Okay, now that I have you. What can I do? Can't really reach the red here. I could probably connect to you. But that, again, doesn't really do too much. Oh, wait. No, wait. That doesn't actually work. I was just thinking maybe I could go over here and like maybe climb up basically. But that doesn't work because I can't bring the jammer with me. Because it's just kind of blocked. I do have a fan I can remove. Why can I remove you? It's not like there's a button here, is there? I'm currently not quite sure what they want me to do. That's the best way to put it. Yeah, but you know, that happens every once in a while. I'm not too worried about that. Can I... Like, I can obviously go back up here. But, like, I'm quite sure that even if I didn't press anything, I would just drop, right? Yeah. This doesn't, like, just make me float to the other side. That's important. I can stand on here. I could fling myself up. Like if I'm standing here, for example, right? Like I could theoretically fling both of that up. I think that's like a really stupid decision, but I could do that. Doesn't really do anything for me though. I'm just experimenting, right? What else can I do? I can not open this one with the jammer. My thought process is currently, like, I could probably glitch myself out if I really tried, right? Like, by just putting the block here, for example, and then jumping, and then I could probably jump out. And if I brought the jammer with me, that would be, like, really easy to just jam this thing, and I can just jump out. I don't know if this is intended, you know, as always. I'm actually assuming that it's not intended, so I'm gonna try to not do that. But, like, I have definitely broken like multiple levels like that, because a lot of levels are quite easily breakable if you really are attempting it. But it is kind of boring at times. I say boring, but you know what I mean. It's not necessarily what I want to do here. Let me see. Maybe I can look from here. Is this just not high enough? And if I had a block, it would work? That's obviously not working like this, but like pretend. Still not high enough. Can I... Like, my thought process currently, like, if I could go up there, I could probably do that. That would be close enough. Alternatively, if I could see, like, another spot. I can't do it from here. Like, I think that's actually part of the solution. The problem is, like, how do I... Wait, I should probably bring the block with me. Like, I can definitely freeze you over there, right? And then connect to both of you. And put you on top and then, like, jump after you. Like this, right? And then I can connect to you and to you. That's not quite the right angle. And that's great and all. It's also not an issue because, like, afterwards I do have, like, the second connector, so I can open this one up again. Okay, I don't know if this was, like, intended. This feels a little bit better than, like, my first idea at least. Right, because now I can go over here. And just jump over. And that was not quite what I wanted, but hey, I somehow managed to glitch out of there. Otherwise I would have just, like, jammed, you know, the other fan. And at this point... I am almost done. I just need the block now because I need to connect to blue here, and this should be high enough that I can connect to you afterwards. Aye, easy puzzle.
Child program has completed puzzle and collected token.
As always, I'm expecting more.
Input required. When you die, what will happen to your consciousness?
It will just, stop.
Is this a failure state?
That's hard to answer. I think, in and of itself, life is always preferable, always valuable. But that doesn't mean that if I die, I will fail. There's a greater purpose that my life is part of, and if I succeed at serving that purpose, that can be my win condition.
Calibrating.
I mean, yeah, we talked about this before, about like the idea of like seeing yourself as part of a whole, right? Like being selfless, being part of society instead. We had like text about that before. We had the selflessness of Uriel in the DLC, in a way. But seeing this as I guess a successful life, right? Like finishing your magnum opus. Again, like I'm assuming this is like a way to describe like this project. Also probably quite reasonable, right? Because like we definitely had the question about like when a life is fulfilling, in a way at least. And I can definitely see, you know, a project like this being, you know, a success. Like there are obviously many ways you can, I guess, see value in your life. And, you know, I think that's definitely a good idea to have like, I guess, like multiple win conditions, I guess, at life. Right? Because like there isn't just like a one size fits all kind of category. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's something you yourself have to, you know, kind of decide on. Because like even if, how do I put it? Even if you're like dying in like a video game, because we're comparing this to a video game here, right? Like you get the game over at some point, right? At least back in the day when lives just still mattered in a way, right? Like these days it's more respawn, but like it's a game over of sorts, right? Even if you're done with the game, it's also still a game over, right? Like at the end of the day, if you're just thinking about like the fact that it ends, failure and success state are weirdly enough kind of similar, right? Like the game's over in a way. You could even argue that the failure state brings more because there's like still more to do afterwards. But yeah, this is like just the video game metaphor because we're in a simulation and stuff, right? And we're talking about like failure states and stuff. Anyway, sometimes it sounds really funny to, I guess, talk about like everything in video game terms. It's interesting how like this game does it all the time because, again, it has to, in a way, just because of the nature of the simulation. But yeah, I guess we still have like a lot of time, so let's check out this bug report over here. Bug. Glitched emitters. Priority high, status fixed. These emitters consistently glitch in the weirdest ways. It's been driving me crazy, but I think I finally know what the issue is. Trying to fix it before we do the first big test. Angela? I don't know you. I don't think so, at least. Wachowski, I don't think I have you yet. I'm gonna write that name down then. And again, fixed it. And of course, it was the tiniest bit of code imaginable. Kind of like what's killing us. When you think about it, yeah, in a way, the small things are always important. Like, when I still... Second. Like, I remember when I was still working, right? Like, I used to be a software developer, software engineer, whatever you want to call it. Like, technically full stack, if you want to go, like, a bit more specific. And it was always, like, the tiniest bugs that cost me, like, the most hours, basically. When, like, I remember there was, like, one bug this is, like, a pretty short story, but, like, when I basically spent, like, an entire workday just on one bug, where basically I... was like accessing a database, and I was using like a new system for me personally, which was like a new, I wouldn't say like new language, but like an unconventional language to interact with like databases. That's probably how I would put it. And basically I went like through a loop and basically went through like each of the entries that I would return to do like some math on there. specifics aren't that important. And for some reason, the code always hung there. And like after an entire day of work, I finally realized that I never incremented like the counter, right? Like I would always do like the same math over the same object again and again and again, and it would never go like to the next element in the list, so I could never reach the end of the list. And it's just like such a silly thing, because like I have done that correctly like millions of times, it feels like, but when it happens, you know, it really can just ruin your entire day basically. And you know, under a time pressure like they have, it's probably a lot more frustrating. Anyway, sequence break. How do I break sequences? You're probably going to open that door here. Yeah, Just checking. We do have a multi-door here, interestingly enough. Purple gate. It's interesting that you are always getting like pushed through the entire gate like instantly. And that instantly pushes you back because there's like another gate behind there and there's like not enough space. It's just a silly little thing. Okay, I do need a red laser here that I can get. I could connect to you, but I would need a jammer for that, I'm assuming. Okay, how do I reach you? Is there any way for me to reach that? I don't think there is. Like, I definitely need to get like a connector going. Wait a second. If I put one connector here, and a copy connector here, and have like my clone stand here, that's still not enough because I cannot keep this button here pressed. If I could keep that one pressed, which, you know, quite doable if I had like one more connector, then that wouldn't be an issue. I can climb over here, which is interesting. I don't get this one, because those are like blue gates, right? Like, so I can't connect through there. Wait a second, are you... Oh, you're disabling that, okay. So it's definitely not an issue. I just need to move both connectors, basically. So, start recording. Go through here, set a pause point. I'm gonna connect to you. And that's basically it. Afterwards, I can just move you back, I guess. Put you here again. Okay. Now, let's play this. In the meantime, I'm gonna move this connector here. And I guess I'm just gonna connect to you. And to you. And to you, technically. Because, like, you're going to... Yeah, you're going to open this one. And now, as long as this connector stays here, this should stay open. And the problem is... Okay, how am I doing this then? Because ideally, I would have done it from like the other side, right? Like I now need another copy that basically takes over this guy's job. In a way, I would say. That's probably the best way to describe it. Keep the door open and also stands like on the other side. I mean, theoretically, I can also just connect to you. And had I recorded this further, then... how am I leaving though? Like my thought process currently, like if I press the button here, how am I leaving though? That's like my current predicament here, right? Like I can, even if I bring you over here, you know what? Let's stop the recording for now, right? Like let's just go through here. You're going to move that one. That's not an issue because like this is now open. And you're going through here. And you're blocked again. Oh, yes, that's the issue. You're blocked now. So how do I leave? Does that mean that the copy has to stand on the side? Right, like that, like the copy is going to connect to like all of these. I am going to go through here. I am going to bring like the real one to connect to this one until it's open. But how do I leave afterwards? Like, because the moment something stands on here, this is going to be blocked. I would have to like get out. Because like this is not going to help us. I need to have like one connector standing over here. Like all the time. How am I doing this? I feel like there's like something obvious missing as always. right? The problem is like I cannot leave this area once I am done, basically. And that's the big issue. So whatever's happening here, first of all, wait, I can climb inside though. So maybe I should leave you there. Because you can connect to that one. Then, how do I continue? I need to get my clone to stand here to let me inside. Okay, then afterwards I cannot do anything anymore. Right. That also means I cannot make the connection that I want to make. That's like currently like my main issue, right? Like whatever happens, okay, my camera broke anyway, but whatever happens, basically my clone has to do like all of the work on the other side by itself. Basically has to go around. I need to somehow make the connection here. And it can, like the clone cannot connect to this connector over there afterwards, if this is like the real one. So this is still something I would have to do. But I can make the connection. My clone can let me out by just standing there. Then can just get off that, please. Is that an issue? The problem is I still need to go through like the other side of the gate. Yeah, I don't quite see it now. Because like I definitely have to be here at some point, right? Like to connect to like the fake one. So you basically place a fake one here. Then you move over here to let me out while I am connecting to the fake one. Okay, then I can leave and then you can step off that thing again, which doesn't really help me in this regard because at the end of the day, right, like I can go through here. Unless the laser is also going to open this side, which I don't think it does. But we can start with that, right? Like maybe it actually opens like both of the gates at the end. If it does, that would be ideal. I don't think it does though. Okay, so let me remember how I want to do it. I need you to keep this one here in the beginning. I need you to move this over there. Okay, let me just try. I'm gonna end the recording and try this again. You're going over here. I'm gonna pause here, then I'm gonna take the connector so nothing breaks. You're going to connect to this one and this one. Afterwards, you're going to stand on top of here again. And then you're going to move away. Theoretically, your connecting thing can be picked up again. You don't have a connection to there. I can't grab you through there though. Huh. Like my thought process is currently like I could theoretically do something silly there. I'm just gonna create like a pause point here and put you back. Let's just experiment a little bit. Right, like we are going to go through here, take this thing, connect to everything that exists. Right, you're going to move that one away, that's perfect, and I can connect to your laser. Just like that, you're going to block everything, but that's going to break like the moment you move through here. And then I can stand on top of here, open the gate, but like the other gate is still going to be blocked. How do I get something out of here? Like my thought process currently, what if I... Like obviously you can stand on that side, right? Like my thought process is like, can I somehow keep the connection alive? I don't know why the camera's dying again. I'm gonna just like end the recording without a cam. It's fine. No, my thought process currently, if I could grab you through there, right? Like I could, once this is active, I can use the fake one, connect to everything as well. And that shouldn't be much of an issue, right? Like if I put it like in the middle here. And if I could get to the other connector and pick it up somehow. The problem though is that the moment... Oh, am I doing it wrong? Like my thought process currently, okay, like this is active, right? Let's pretend like the fake one doesn't actually know that this is active already. It connects to like these two connectors here, right? Doesn't even have to connect to this side. Connects to those two. Then I pick up the real one and move it over there to activate the connector again. And I still can't leave because like the moment I leave, this is going to get blocked. Can I somehow bring you to the other side? Is there like a hole I can use? Because I cannot grab stuff through this gate. This is like currently my final thing that I'm kind of missing. Because like you are active, that's lovely. I just don't see how to do this. Because like again, the moment you're stepping on that button, the connection is going to get capped. Huh. But I'm quite sure that I need to get a connector over here. Because like I can always go to the other side, that's absolutely not an issue. Right. I could... I know you're like now broken, but it's fine though, I can leave like at another time. Yeah, wait a second. Oh, it's the first one that gets broken, the second... Oh yeah, that makes a lot of sense, right? Like, I should have known because I have actually figured it out before that like the first one gets... deactivated or like activated by this button. So how do I keep you... Right, like if I had like the second connector basically like waiting here for the moment where this all closes. Like my thought process currently like, okay, I can pick you up, pretend like the blue one stands here, and then obviously this is all closed, but I can reactivate you by doing basically that, right? Like I can connect to that one. Then you would be active again. The problem is I can't put you on the other side, I can't pull you through there. I also can't climb over there. I can't... Huh. Like, again, the moment I go through here, this is going to break. So it's like not that useful, actually. Because like the second portal is going to just be gone. The laser still be broken. I can't bring the laser pointer with me. That's like the next issue, right? Like, if I could, as my clone, for example, go through there, stand in the middle and keep this one active, basically, for like the moment in the meantime, that would be great. But obviously, like, the moment I go through here, you're just going to be blocked. I can stand on the other side. There's like some wood there. I don't know why there's wood. Certainly a choice. But obviously, I can't really do anything then. I don't think that there's like a hidden lever or so that I can pull. Huh. But I do need weight on the other side. Can I... No. Like, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, because like at the end of the day I need to still leave. And I can't leave from the side. So that does mean that I need to be on the other side, basically, by the time this connection is happening. And even then, I need something on the other side to help me out. And like putting the fake one there doesn't really help me. Can I? Like my thought process currently, like obviously I could get myself out of here, right? Like if I put like my clone on this button here. I think we had like part of the recording where I'm standing there, right? Like I could go through here again. I could connect to you and to you. And to you, theoretically, right? But how? Like at that point the connection is capped again. So I would do that basically, right? Connect you over there. And then I still would need a connection to that block somehow, and I don't know how I would do that. Seems like a rather specific mechanic, if it's anything. Again, and the other alternative is like basically, okay, I'm opening this gate once, and once the gate is open, my copy could be moved over here and like connect to this stuff here, right? And would keep the second gate open for a bit. But like the moment the button is pressed to let me out, it's going to break again. Like, it doesn't matter how many steps I'm putting in between. Like, the issue is always going to be that at a certain point in time, I need to press this button to leave myself out, because there's no ladder or anything like that to get me out of here. To really continue with, like, my plan. And it doesn't matter that, like, I could keep my clone over here. I mean, they could technically leave. Right, like, if I do it like this. My clone could leave. If they put like their copy here like they do currently. The problem is, like, once the clone does that, I don't have like anything to connect to anymore. Right, like, because the red laser is broken, this stuff is broken, I can't move the fake one afterwards. So you can stand there, but that doesn't really help me. Unless I can somehow basically keep the laser inside, right, like the laser connector. If I could keep you in the middle there and just wait until this is worked out, that would be great. But again, I have purple here, so I can't do that. Huh. Like, I would love to just basically, right, like I have like these connections going and then connect to you, for example. But like, again, why would I do that? It breaks everything. Also, does that mean you're connected to something? Looks like one of these like wire holders. I don't know why you're here. You're weird. Yeah, but that's kind of it. I'm frozen here. Recording's over. And again, I could go to the other side. Let me quickly do that. I'm just gonna see. Maybe I missed something on that side. I would be surprised if I did. I can definitely climb over here again. So I'm not locked in afterwards. That's lovely. But again, I need to somehow, just somehow connect to you in a way that doesn't block it afterwards. And you're still here, right? And you're not going to like hold the laser in a way, right? Like, I'm gonna call it like hold the laser. Like, imagine I connected to you like this, for example. I had like a laser to you once and I blocked it. Like, the laser's just over, right? Like, it's not going to get held between you two, which is important. I can connect to you, but again, doesn't really do anything. It's a very specific connection I'm doing here. I could also not do that. I don't think... I've definitely not seen like another way to opening that. So definitely more than just a little confused. I could, on the other hand, also start like this, right? Like, I could start with the connection here already. And... does that work? Wait a second. If I start with the connection here, because I can climb in. Right? And then I don't have like this one here, which means I can just have you outside. No, I'm still not outside though. Right, like, I'm currently thinking, yeah, like, I'm standing here. Oh, that's like so easy, but I'm technically not outside, right? Once this is working, so I would still have the connection here, right? Like, I could set up the entire connection. Leave myself or get myself out of here, but like, you're still not leaving afterwards. It's not like my copy is doing anything funny over there. You know what, worst case, let me just think this through while I'm standing here, right? Like, this connection doesn't exist anymore. I start this. I am going to climb the ladder. I am, just for fun, going over there. Connecting to you, connecting to all of you. And putting you here. And then, like, the real one is still going to be here. Wait, pause point, and then I'm gonna stand here as a pause point. I still can't leave. I could... Like, we've tried this before. Like, if I move this one, right, like, the connection are not going to get remembered, even if, like, the real one doesn't. I'm doing it via right-click. Right, like, I would have to, like, go through here, let you on the other side, go through here again, take the connector and, like, connect to everything again, but also, like, you over there, which doesn't exist currently, right, like this. But I didn't even press, like, right-click, so it doesn't actually matter. It's just, like, a really weird recording that I'm currently doing. Right, like something like that, and then I'm gonna play. Yeah, you're climbing over there. I can technically just time this right? Ah, I can't. Okay. I could just go through here. Again, I'm just experimenting. At this point, it doesn't really matter. Connect to you. You're going to open like that. That's lovely. And then, like, the moment you stand on the button, I can leave. I can keep this one open if I really wanted to. And, like, obviously you're not going to be connected anymore because, like, I did, like, the left click the connection, not the right click one. And I'm still quite sure that it wouldn't even make a difference at that point. Like, you're standing here now. Wait, you're standing here now, you're standing here now, you're standing here now? Does that do anything for me? I don't think so, right? Like, I can bring you again now. If I wanted to, I could connect to you and you, for example. Again, doesn't really matter here. What I do, because, like, you're going to go over there, and, like, even if you're connecting to something, this is still blocked. Yeah, I'm just having fun here. That doesn't really matter, as I mentioned. And then you're leaving. Yeah, at this point, I really am not seeing it. It might be related to something. There might be, like, a specific mechanic that I've not used. I've heard that like, was the idea behind, like, a lot of the levels, that they're using, like, fan-made or, like, fan-inspired levels that are explicitly here to... Wait a second. If I could put you here to test, like, specific mechanics that you normally wouldn't see. Okay, I put you here. Just as an idea, let's say I start over there. Then the problem is that I can't bring you with me, because I can't bring you on the other side. But, like, starting here would be kind of funny, because that would allow me to do absolutely nothing, but I would have, like, a fake one to connect to on this side. Which still doesn't help me, because I can't leave this area. I don't think that there is a mechanic that I know about. You know what? I might just ignore this one for this episode, especially because my camera is broken again. Let's try this in the next episode. It feels kind of bad to end on, like, a downer note, I guess, but I can at least read, like, a few more text. Look at that. There's even a tunnel. Ooh, I want to see that one in the future. But first, let's check out, like, the tower. I do like the tower. And the gargoyles over here. Well, just thinking. Just like me, for real, for real. Can I explore the water, by the way? Yeah. I don't like this. For some reason, it kind of jump scares me every single time. Comment, the tower. I have prepared my piece with the learned Italian things and the proud stones of Greece, poets, imaginings, and memories of love, memories of the words of women, all those things whereof man makes a superhuman mirror-resembling dream. W.B. Yeats. Okay, I'm assuming that's, like, an important quote. I do know that there are some people who would complain the Oxford comma in there, or, like, the lack of that one in there. If I'm understanding the text here right. Okay, so it's, like, just a list of prepared my piece with like, a lot of stuff mixed from a lot of different sources, and this is where man makes a superhuman mirror-resembling dream. I mean, I do think, you know, the whole mixing of, in this case, they're talking about like Greece and Italian, so like cultures in a way, definitely useful. Like, at least I could see like the superhuman idea in there, right? Like doing something from like all the sum of its parts and then becoming even more from like all of these connections. But I don't know, I feel like if I looked up the quote's origin, I could probably, like, based on context, like, figure out, like, more. Maybe I should do that at some point. Anyway, J.E. Harrison is, I think, also a new name that I've not seen before, so let me write that one down. But yeah, at this point, I mean, I do definitely see this tower here, and it's kind of neat here. I would have liked to go inside. Okay, it's not an invisible, or like a visible wall that doesn't have, like, a collision. That's, like, actually, like, I don't know why I always want to call them, like, invisible walls. They're quite visible walls, okay? But still, I just want to see if I can kind of glitch myself up here. You know, I would love that. Just see some more stuff. Yeah, I'm outside of the parameters, you know, that's important. I don't think that there's going to be anything interesting in the water. But hey, maybe we should still leave, you know, while our, I guess, electronics are frying in the water. Oh! You know what? Just because it was like a short episode where there's some failure, let's read about the reflection, because there was just like a thing about like the superhuman reflection, so why not?
According to the schedule, this is concluding remarks by Bob Rakowski. But I don't have much of a conclusion, because this isn't the end. This is just another bad thing on a long list of bad things we've had to deal with. And by we, I mean humanity. I hope at this point even the dum-dums out there have grasped that everything else is an illusion. It's just you and me on this big blue ball hurtling through space. Maybe there's a big guy up there. Maybe there isn't. But I know one thing for sure. He's not fixing this for us. But as Alex always says, we're a species of problem solvers. And that's all this is. Just another stupid problem for humanity to deal with. Don't give him more power than that.
I mean, that's certainly an outlook after, you know, everything else that has been seen. But if you really see, I guess, the new evolutionary step, I'm gonna call it, as like the descendants of humans, that's definitely like an outlook that I could subscribe to. The idea, like, yeah, you might not be there to see, like, the fix, but you're certainly fixing it, and, you know, humans are the problem solvers, right? There's always, okay, I say always, there are, like, a lot of people who have, like, a bit more of a positive outlook on, like, a lot of stuff and kinda ignoring the bad things that are currently happening, right? A big thing is always climate change, where I hear that, like, a lot of the times. It's basically the idea that, yeah, climate change is terrible. And I hope, like, this part is still the one that I do definitely agree with. Like, it's kind of terrible. But there are definitely people who have, like, the outlook that climate change might affect us, right? But we have always overcome, like, whatever adversity was in our way. Yeah, there are going to be, like, groups that suffer, and I should probably clarify, like, this is not my worldview. It's just, like, one that I hear about every once in a while. But basically the idea, yeah, we're going to suffer, and then we're going to survive somehow. Even if the climate is going to look quite different, and we are going to find a solution. And that's definitely, certainly an outlook. I honestly have to say I don't necessarily subscribe to that enough to really follow that line of thought, where sometimes, yeah, you could be very pessimistic and say, like, you know, it can't be stopped. Again, I'm bringing up climate change because it's like one of these really big issues that humanity has to deal with, like on a global scale. It's not just a local issue that just affecting like I'm not calling it like a minority group, but this is something that's going to affect everyone, right? It's like a similar situation to what the people in this world currently are going through. The idea that it's like something that's going to affect everyone, not necessarily ending in everyone's death in like the real world, but you know, basically, if it's not like it ever stopped. But while how do I put it? While there isn't like a concrete end for us, like in the real world, there's definitely going to be like a massive change, and it's going to impact like the world very negatively. And at this point, I'm rambling for so long while staring into the sun that I kind of lost the I guess the thought process here. Where was I? yeah, like basically I'm comparing that just as the idea that we are problem solvers, we're going to figure something out. It's just that like in both of these world views, again, I'm not talking about like the worldview that I don't necessarily hold, the idea that, yeah, they're going to be problem solvers that facing the problem and are going to make the world somewhat livable, even though it's going to be quite a different living situation. And I do agree that this is definitely going to happen, but I do definitely think that it would be nicer if we didn't have to change as much, right? Anyway, I'm just rambling without a camera, and it's always kind of weird. So how about this? I'm gonna end the episode here. Next time, hopefully the camera is not going to die every 2 minutes, and we can do another puzzle. I don't know if I'm gonna go back to like the laser puzzle directly. I don't know what it is with like laser puzzles in this game currently, that they are always the ones that I'm struggling with. But there are definitely some other puzzles that I can work on. Like, for example, this one looks kind of like a... Okay, it's not really a tunnel, but like, I do like the little fortress kind of built in stone. Looks kind of lovely. But yeah, we are going to check that one out in the next episode. So in any case, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one, and bye-bye.